Sorry, I'm late. I had a couple things I had to deal with. So let's start this off with the right way, and let's go with ladies, gentlemen, pronouns. Lend me your ears. Crazy Kid back for another live stream. Sorry I didn't make it last week. I had some stuff going on that I needed to take care of. It was an emergency that came up pretty much at the last minute. Those things happen when life gets in the way. Time to play is not, there's no time to play. So this week, I had a really, really weird thing happen on the channel. And what happened was one of the videos that I put up, it had a copyright claim on it. So I disputed it like I always do. And when they came back with their response, they blocked my video. It's like, what in the absolute hell are they thinking? Or are they even thinking? They were the ones getting the money for the video. Now that they blocked the video, nobody can see it. So there's going to be no more money coming from that video. They basically shot themselves in the foot. And this is the first time this has happened. So my response to this particular entertainment group that has done this, the copyright holders of this group that I did a video on, which was Love Bites, which was one of my biggest videos. A lot of people watch those videos from Love Bites. So from this point forward, until the Victor Entertainment releases the block on my video, even just the block alone, right? If they want to take the money, take it. Go for it. Knock yourselves out. I want at least the watch hours. So until that video goes back live again, I will not do any more bands or groups that are in the Victor Entertainment Corporation copyright hold. Everything that we do as reactors and promoters for these bands is free advertisement. We are helping make awareness and getting new fans for these groups to help these groups become, the stars that they want to become, to get the kind of, stardom and fame and fortune that they want to get. We are working hard promoting these artists, and we're not getting anything for it because they're taking all the money, thinking that, oh no, we own the copyright, we own the money. Well, there's a thing called fair use. You're allowed to use somebody else's content without their express permission. If you are making your own video by adding content, context, by not interfering with the ability for the original content creators' ability to make money off that video. If it's educational, if it's, you can even do satire. Like Weird Al Yankovic did it for years. And it just goes down to, if fair use and like adding commentary to original works of published art or music or video was not allowed at all, news stations would not be able to show you replays of basketball games, sporting events, concerts, or anything. Anytime another entity adds promotion to an artist or a sport or sporting figure, that's boosting that um, that artist or sporting figure or concert event. That's boosting the sales and profitability of that particular event. Just like with people in reaction videos, like Adam Reeder, the professor of rock, Asian VJ, they do reactions. There's also Rick Beato. He does commentary on music. All kinds of different reaction channels doing all this hard work, putting forth videos to add awareness and get new audiences for these artists. And the copyright holders are bypassing the legal system and the laws and basically taking money that doesn't belong to them. Like, I can understand if you're just copying a direct copy without adding any context, adding any commentary, adding any information, and just putting a direct copy from scene number 1 to the final scene, and then calling that video your own. That's plagiarism. That's copyright infringement. But when you're adding the extra commentary, giving the education of what the song's about, what the feeling of the song is, what the interviews behind the scenes of what's going on when they were doing the creation of the song, or showing your reaction of the first time you've listened to that song. Those are all context additions that fall within the art of fair use. And these copyright holders are bypassing the logistics and the legality of fair use, and basically attacking all the people that are promoting their music and helping them get more viewers and more listeners to their content. Makes no sense. And I watched a video today where this gentleman, hello, Lady Panda, how are you doing? I watched a video today where this gentleman who was a previous corporate exec explained why the mindset of why they do this. And it all boils down to, it's an unknown category of where money's coming from. And they can't, in order for them to make better profits from one quarter to the next, to the next, to the next. Hello, Nicole. They have to understand how and where and why that rise in profits came about. With reaction channels, it's random, it's an unknown, and it's just not something that they can measure, something that they can replicate or duplicate to make better progress and more steps towards better profits. But here's a thought. Now, this is just my own mind thinking. Here's a thought. Instead of leaning down hard and grabbing 20, 30 bucks here and there from all these different creators, let them have that money. Promote those people to help build your promotions for free, not costing you a thing by leaving them alone. It's not costing a damn thing to leave people alone that are helping you create money. So that's my main focus on this this stream is these record companies hold all these artists' content with a tight, firm grip And then when they get new viewers or new listeners to their content, and they don't know how it came about, it blows their mind, and then they do stupid things like shutting people down. Like Siskel and Ebert, for example, they did reactions and commentary on movies. Sometimes they got it right, sometimes they got it wrong, sometimes they were kind of in between. But when it came down to it, watching the Siskel and Ebert movie reactions and movie scorings, their movie scoring program, promoted whether or not a lot of people went to see said movies. Okay, they were promoting what the movie was about, and that led people to say, "Oh, that's the kind of movie I wouldn't mind checking out." So they go check it out, increasing the sales. Same thing goes with the reaction channels like Rick Beato, Adam Reeder, Asian BJ, Brad Steele, and so on and so forth, and so many other creators who are doing reaction channels and commentary channels on music. And like Rick Beato and Adam Reeder, they are educational channels. They educate you about the people behind the music, the meaning, the mode, the feeling, the inspiration behind the music, the stories behind what was going on when the artists were going through recording the music. Fantastic channels. And I kind of do a little bit of that myself. But still in all, when it comes down to it, there's a lot of people, and I don't want to sound like I'm boasting, but there's a lot of people that have learned about a totally different genre of music that they've all of a sudden had a connection with and started listening to because of a few groups that they saw on a reaction channel. That's what we're here for. We're here to explore, express, and share the love of music. And as long as we can do that and make a little bit of money, that makes it worth it. These record executives, they don't understand how this money's coming about, how this rise in, oldies music is becoming such a wonderful thing. Like all of a sudden, now all of a sudden the Big Bopper's starting to get a few extra views because somebody watched a reaction video and said, "Yeah, I like that. That's kind of fun." So, the reaction channels are a great way to learn about some new kind of content or learn about content that you already known about, but you didn't know certain particulars about what was going on or what the actual inspiration was behind the songs or whatever. That's what these channels are for. So, like I said before, that video when it got blocked, like it was live for a little while, got almost 2,000 views, and then all of a sudden they shut it down. I didn't get a copyright strike, so it didn't. It's not that big of a deal, but still, you want to block my videos, then from now on, if I see that the Victor Entertainment Company has anything to do with the artist that I'm being requested to do a video on, the answer is no. Why? Because I don't like being treated this way. I will not promote for a company who does this to people. So that's my whole thing. You want to screw me? I'm gonna put it back on you. And that's why my total mentality is any more Victor Entertainment Corporation like they got copyright holdings on any artist, Not doing it. Not doing it. Not after this. As far as I'm concerned, they can basically, kiss between the crack of my butt. Because this is not the way to treat people. This is definitely not the way to treat people that are helping to raise awareness to the artists that they are making money off of. Like, that is just completely stupid. Like, do they get, like in upper management courses, is there an idiotic 101 or 202 that, basically say, do the stupidest thing and see if you can make money from it? Because that's what they're actually doing. They're actually doing the dumbest thing that they could do. They're basically shooting themselves in the foot and trying to make money off of it. Like, seriously. Like, we really need to get, what I think what really needs to happen is a class action lawsuit that's large enough denominations that really makes these corporations understand that they're breaking the law by not obeying the copyright fair use law. Like, I understand Victor Entertainment is a Japanese company, but under YouTube, we are covered by the American law. Like, I'm in Canada, and we still have to abide by the American law because the YouTube is not just first and foremost, it's an American company, but secondly, it's a global company. Anybody on the planet can access the platform. Anybody on the planet can add to the platform. That's what makes it a global company. But its base operations are in the United States. And that is where the base legal system is applied from. So, it's just, and another big problem is YouTube execs don't want to deal with, like, the YouTube legal team doesn't want to deal with the copyright holders legal team, because it'd be just a constant battle over and over and over and over and over again that they don't want to pay out them legal fees. So they force us content creators to basically go up against these huge corporations that can outmoney us in the courts. And that's why I haven't appealed any of I haven't appealed any of the replies. They're saying that they feel that their claim is still valid because I don't have the money to hire a legal team to go after these guys to get a 20-cent video, get the money from a 20-cent video. That the financial sense doesn't make financial sense. I don't have that kind of capital. So, like, I barely make $250 a year on my channel, a year. So that's beside the point. And I know hiring a lawyer is going to cost like $15, $20, $40, $50, $60, $100,000 to fight for 50 cents. That's not financially smart. So, the only thing I can do is just basically, you want to shut my video off? I'm going to shut your entire company off from my channel. No more Victor Entertainment artists whatsoever are going to be promoted on my channel until that video goes not just goes back live. I want the money from it. I'm going after the money from it now. Because if you want to do this to break the laws and push around the little guy, I'm going to come after everything that I feel like I'm owed. So I just wanted to get that off my chest. Like, it was just like stupidity in motion is what it reminds me of. It's just like, just because you can't understand what brought this new revenue around, more people being interested in the groups and the bands and the songs that you have copyright holdings on, that you make money from, you can't understand where that extra money's coming from, where that extra insurgence is coming from. Here's an idea. Make a folder called YouTube resources or unknown sources. Make a folder for that. When it comes to something that you had no control over earning money from, you put it in that folder. So this way here, when it comes time to find out, your averages on what's working, what's not working, and you see that, okay, this YouTube thing there, these people that are promoting our company and our products and our artists, this is really working. And what'll really make it work a lot faster is if they release the claims. They release the claims so that these content creators can make money from the hard work that they do to research, create the video, like research the song, create their video, edit it all up, package it all up. That takes time. That takes effort. Believe me, I know. And, make it so that it's, easily seen through the algorithm of YouTube. And then just let these content creators have a little share of the pie for doing your promotions, for advertising for you. That's what we need to have happen. Not this, I'm going to take everything I can from everybody I can because I'm a greedy son of a bitch. It's just because I shot myself in the foot, I'm going to grab everything I can and make everybody else feel my pain. Like, please, start thinking positively. The more positive you treat somebody, the more positive they're going to treat you. And that's a fact. I know that for a fact. So I know this isn't going to be a very long stream because I just wanted to get that off my chest. This whole thing about the copyright situation, it's frustrating. It's to the point where a lot of good creators have given up because they don't want to have to deal with putting in the disputes, getting their disputes rejected, fighting it in the courts against companies that are just going to keep it in the courts so that they don't have to pay. So, and that's what these big corporations are doing. Is they'll say, okay, yeah, we'll go to court. They'll lose the case because fair use is fair use. They lose the case, and then they say, I'm going to appeal it. And then they lose the appeal. I'm going to appeal it. I don't find that you're treating me fairly. So that they constantly appeal until the person who is fighting for those 50, 60 cents or 50, 60 bucks, maybe even $100 for a video, loses hope and just says, screw it, I'm done with it. That's what they're hoping for. These companies are willing to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars every single year to scoop $20 or $30 off of content creators around the YouTube platform. Why? Because they don't understand how that money was made. All they know is that's the content that they're promoting. They think that they have absolute right over any court that has said that, you're allowed to use other people's content for education, information, commentary, satire, and promotion. You're allowed to promote anybody's work. You're allowed to promote anybody's work without their permission, as long as you do it so that it doesn't affect their final profitability. If you're encouraging people to go and check out somebody's content, you're not negatively affecting their profitability. You're actually positively affecting their profitability. Like anytime I use resources or use information from Adam Reeder, the professor of rock. Anytime I use information that he's delivered from his video, I promote his channel. I always say that if I got the information from the professor of rock, I got the permission, the information from the professor of rock. I state my source where I got the information, and I tell you, go check him out. And I'll always say, go check out the professor of rock. Awesome channel, awesome information, the fun guy, and he's got a lot of really great information about a lot of great content. So, check out the Professor of Rock. Check out Asia and BJ. They do reactions. I kind of got liking on their reactions a while back. Same thing with Brad Steele. Brad Steele is a musician himself, so he understands the music behind the song. But yeah, check out all these other content creators, and along with my own videos. Like whenever I post a video, please watch it. Because the watch hours is what mainly we are after to maintain that monetization. But the AdSense, like that's another reason why I don't put ads in the middle of my videos, because at any time YouTube can say, or the not YouTube, but the content copyright owners can hit their button on their station and say, put out a claim on all our content, and then all of a sudden every video all of a sudden gets claimed. So then I got to go through and I got to redispute every single video that they do. And then a year down the line, they can do it all over again. That needs to stop. That needs to stop 100%. If they've already put in a claim and didn't bother doing anything about it, and then all of a sudden a year later they say, "Oh, you're making money on our content. We want that money." No, you didn't want anything to do with it back when I put it in the dispute. That's it. You don't get another shot. But YouTube just opens the door for them and said, "Oh, put in your claims. Put in your claims. We'll hold that money." And while YouTube is holding that money, the 30 days, who's getting the interest? YouTube. So there could be $500,000-$600,000 in content revenue being held for review at any given time, just massively calculating interest. It's unreal, the possibilities. And while it's in what do they call that, in escrow, while those funds are being held in escrow, they're all being held. I'll bet they're all being held in the same account. And YouTube's just raking in the interest on those accounts until they have to pay it out. And they pay out like what they've just made in interest, and they've kept the principal. Like seriously, like there's so many different ways that YouTube is making money off this. It's not funny. YouTube's actually making a lot more money off the videos than the creators are. Even though it says that we get 55% or 70% of the ad stickers and the ad revenue and the sticker revenue and all that other stuff, YouTube's making a ton more than what they're saying that they're making. Just by the interest alone, because they just stick that in the bank and boom. Because when we get ad revenue from people watching our ads, that money's got to go someplace. So it goes into a bank account until we reach the threshold. Now, mind you, there's all kinds of channels out there that are making past the threshold every month. But when you're looking at a daily interest savings account, interest is calculated on the day. And when you're talking millions and millions of dollars, you're talking like literally hundreds of dollars a day for free. And seriously, do the math. And then when it comes to super stickers, super chats, super thanks, and all that other stuff, all that money gets held until the creator gets to the threshold. And if they're not at the threshold, then it gets held for another month. They get even more money. Like that 30% all of a sudden turns into 50. Like that. If a creator is at the very beginning stages of their monetization role. Like I remember when I first got monetized, hit 3,000, I had super chats coming in, man, like crazy. And I made it to like $40. And then it stopped for a little while. And I didn't get a check until I believe it was May. So from January to May, those super chats generated interest. Now, it may not seem like a whole lot, but when you stack that up on top of millions and millions of dollars, it adds up. You put enough $40 together, you're going to get millions. And there's billions, or there's actually, like, what would they say, over 100 million creators on the platform? So stack that up, 100 million times 40 for 3 months, 5 months. And then the next time I got a check was in December. So, YouTube is making a lot more money than they're showing. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with the way they're doing it. Like they're saying you're going to get 70% of your super chat, super stickers, super thanks. And we do. We get that 70%. We get 55% or 45%. I believe it's 45% of the ad revenue from the ad set videos. And we do. But when you hold all that together into a large bank account and you start calculating the daily interest on it, it's just exponential. Because, from day 1 to day 30, there's a whole lot of ad revenue that gets put in that little ball. But these companies that are hammering down on creators, like, the content creators of reaction channels and stuff like that, these companies, they are just totally ignoring fair use law and bullying the small content creators trying to make a little bit of money, raising awareness for the content that they love. They've done some research. They've done some existential findings of what, things about the group or the content itself, and added that to the content that they created and offered it as free advertisement for these large corporations, and the large corporations are stomping all over us. So that's just literally what's going on with the channel. Like I said before, Victor Entertainment Company or Incorporated has pretty much told me that they don't want me to promote their stuff anymore by blocking my video. And if they want me to freaking promote their shit or promote their stuff, they need to unblock that video and release all the videos that I've already done. Release the money to me, because otherwise, I'm not doing any more Victor Entertainment Incorporated promotions ever again until that shit happens. Until my demands get met. That's just the way it goes. You want me to promote for you? You got to do something for me. You want to make the extra money by me promoting your music to people who never heard it, probably never will. I need something in return. I ain't doing that shit for free. And I'm not doing it for a company that's going to screw me like this. So until we get to the next one, folks, I wish you all peace, love, and happiness.